Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here, CollectiveKicks.com. I wanted to bring you guys the next in my LeBron versus Jordan series, or my Jordan versus LeBron, however you want to say it. But I got the LeBrons on the left, the Jordans on the right. Again, this is the fourth signatured model. If you guys want to see the rest of this series, check the playlist in the description, and you can see the previous videos, and then hopefully the future videos as soon as I add them in as well. But we're going to go ahead and start off with the LeBrons, and then work our way over to the Jordans. This is the LeBron 4. It's the Nike Zoom LeBron 4 as it was known, or as it is known. It came out in about 9 different colorways as general release models. Retail price was $125. For product specs, this was one of the first pairs of shoes, or it says the first pair of shoes that used Foamposite material, as you can see here, since 2003 on a basketball sneaker. Also, it has, let's see, it says it's Flex, and I'm reading this from Sneaker News, actually. I found an article in there that had the product specs, and you guys already know I'm not the expert on details, but I wanted to provide those details as best I can for you guys. But it says Flex Groove full-length Zoom Air sockliner for added on-court feel, and I'm not sure. So this is Flex Groove sockliner. I'm assuming they're talking about this area in here, but the full-length Zoom is obviously down at the bottom. So I don't know. You guys can correct where I'm wrong there. Leave a comment. You guys already know. Tri-sectioned design with no midsole construction, as you can see right here. Tri-section, so there's 3 parts really. This is like the upper construction. I guess this would be technically the midsole, but it's really not designed like a midsole, as you can tell. It's really just kind of like more or less one piece, and then you can see this is another piece up here. That is one thing about the design that's a little bit weird, and I'll get into that in just a second. Also, this was LeBron wore these in the first time that the Cavs ever hit the NBA Finals. And lastly, this sneaker really, in my opinion, caused the craze for the limited LeBrons. That's I guess the limited LeBron craze that we see out there. The reason why I say that is because of the design and the limited factor that happened with the Fruiti Pebbles. And again, I'll grab the LeBron since I have them down here. But you can see the bottoms with that segmented look. That was designed after, obviously, or that the idea was segmented like this off the Fruiti Pebbles. The original one had this varying in colors, and then I had the Graffiti for the New York pair, or the Graffiti pair of LeBron 4s, and I don't have either of those pairs, but both of those pairs I really want. I just don't actually end up having them. But it's kind of like one of those things that there was such a limited thing that they ended up dropping with those, that they never went public, and because of that, the demand is crazy. People pay thousands of dollars for those type of sneakers, and again, in my opinion, it was one of the first models to really call out the limited wow factor of the LeBrons. It's obviously there's a Dunkman 2s and stuff like that. There's not a lot of Zoom generations that people really want that are limited and rare and that type of stuff. Again, the 4s, I feel like, kind of really set that off. One thing about these that are just a weird pair of shoes is there's no way to access the laces because of the way that they design the model. Like, it's a boot. It really is a boot. You slip it on. You have laces underneath all of this, but this is like really like tough material. These shoes are extremely heavy, and so I mean, these things are just crazy heavy, and so it's really hard to reach the laces. So casually, these things were just odd. I mean, they're just an interesting shoe. I like that they had the strap at the top, but still kind of crazy. You can see right here it has the strap, and it says James underneath, and then it probably says LeBron on the other one. Let me see. Might as well check while we're here. I'm gonna make this a long video. It says King, duh. So it says King on one, and then it says James on the other one. That's more fitting. But yeah, man, pretty crazy. It has metal lace tips at the end here for this one. I'm not sure about the other one. Let me check. And metal on this one as well, so if anybody was wondering. And these are the 2 colorways that I got. I ended up getting these for pretty cheap. Shout out to JP Custom Kicks for hooking me up with a pair of those ones. And then let's move our way over to the Jordans, because this is the one that I think more people, I don't know, maybe not more people, but some people might care about a little bit more. And I'm a history major again on sneakers, so if you guys have insight that I'm not throwing, please leave a comment. I don't mind at all. But these are the Air Jordan 4s, obviously. There was only 4 colorways that originally dropped in 1989, and you guys can see the 4 colorways that I have here in the backdrop. There's the cements up there, the military blues, and then the varsity reds over there, and then the BRED colorway right here. This is just one of my favorite ones as well. I love all four of the original colorways. Just personally, I mean, I can't wait. Hopefully they re-release these ones in that crazy remastered series type vibe, because these ones would be super sick. Couple notes: these ones came out again in 1989. 4 colorways. Retail price was $110 when these ones dropped, and let's see, they were featured in the Do the Right Thing movie, the red pair. If you guys don't remember that movie, it was a Spike Lee joint way back in the day. Hence the whole Spizikes and all that stuff. I mean, it really stemmed off of those shoes. These were designed by Tinker Hatfield as well, who also designed the Jordan 3s. This shoe had the flight added to the tongue. So a lot of people really don't have too much of a history between the flight and the force. And for that, I would definitely recommend, let me see 1 second here. I'm going to reach back over here and grab some. I would recommend that you guys go check out Shoeseum's channel, because he is the expert with a lot of that stuff. But I did want to pull out a pair of that I showed you guys recently from '91. And these ones have the force on the tongue, as you can see here. So these are pretty old beaters that I ended up picking up. They're dead stock, but I picked these up from eBay for, I looked it up, they were $90 I got them for, so pretty good price. But you can see the force on the tongue, and then the flight. So the force was for the bigger players, the flight was for, I guess, the guards more of, and it was kind of like a back and forth, like, are you a force player, or are you kind of a flight player type thing? It was kind of a battle sort of thing, that at least the way I saw it when I was a kid. I was a huge David Robinson fan, though. He was the force guy, and so I felt, I don't know, I kind of went towards the force side a little bit more. Just a little tidbit: Michael Jordan averaged 32.5 points a game during that season that he wore these sneakers. And then these are obviously known for this crazy iconic mesh that everybody knows and loves. I don't know, these are just extremely iconic sneakers, as you can see. And I mean, if you don't know about them, then I don't know. I mean, I'm sure like pretty much everybody knows about the Jordan 4s, but it has the pull tab, kind of the evolved pull tab from the Jordan 3s. And again, the mesh is really the thing that threw these and made these like just jump on my radar. I remember my neighbor had this pair. It was kind of the first pair that I really recognized as a kid, and realizing I was like, dude, I want a pair of Jordans. Also, I'd have to say that, at least in my opinion, again, the Jordan 4s were the ones that really started the whole like replica revolution, like since the Jordan 4s from back in the day. It was at this point, like, it was like pretty much Jordans were the standard of like the iconic. It wasn't like the iconic nostalgic part, because it was happening then. It was more like the iconic, if you have a pair of Jordans, you're cool sort of like feel to it. And like, so everybody wanted a pair of Jordans. Obviously I couldn't afford them, I was dirt poor, but my neighbors had them and stuff here and there, and I remember being like super jealous. I had like the knockoff ones from Payless. I know you guys have seen the circulations of the knockoff LeBron 11s that they're carrying at like Payless and stuff now, from Champion, which is the brand or whatever. But it's kind of funny that that's happened. It's coming full circle. But I remember that specifically happened for the Jordan 4s. They try to emulate the air pockets on the Jordan 4. They try to emulate the mesh on the sides, and they did them very, very poorly. And they cost like $20, or I don't even know. It was just ridiculous, and I had to wear those to play basketball, and I actually played ball on those. The other thing to note is that when these Jordan 4s came out, they were straight up performance beasts. Like, people loved these shoes. The lockdown from the added laces, the metal, or not metal, the plastic little eyelet things for the laces helped be able to cinch down the lockdown. And I don't know, people really loved these sneakers. They really thought they could fly. Obviously, like Mike on the tongue and everything else. So pretty fun to be able to break out the sneakers and just kind of reminisce a little bit, and just look over the two kind of side by side. Hopefully you guys found this video kind of insightful or entertaining at the very least. Again, leave comments in the comment section of anything I butchered. And if you did like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Check back again soon, and I'm going to keep uploading these videos to try to get through the entire series, 1 through 12. Later, guys. Peace.